with these programs, but I've looked over them enough to give you guys a basic idea about these products. Ultimately, as I promised to you before, as we kind of move through our trainings, I want to try to at least get some of these new programs in front of you. Some of you guys may have worked with them. I know, Jim, you've already written some Americo business, things like that. But I think for the most part, we have not looked at this as an office, and so it's important for you guys to at least know these companies are out there, know that they've got things to offer for your clients. And I think everybody's situation is a little bit different, so having a bigger bag of tricks is important so that you know what companies are going to focus on what sort of benefits. So we'll take a look at the forethought stuff first. It's probably about the first, I don't know, 5-6 pages that I gave you there. I think really and truly there's only going to be two main products that we work with. First 2 pages you got there are going to be the rate sheets. I just wanted you guys to have those. As you guys are getting your agent numbers and so forth, you should be also finding the websites that are coming on those sheets that you got. You guys have been getting those mailers. You get your agent number and on the first page. It's got a website at the bottom of it. If you're not going on and getting yourself registered on those websites, you need to, because that's exactly where I'm pulling all this stuff from. I just go on the website, go to the product section, and pull the stuff down. So you can find rates or any little sheets that you've got with these different companies. But I was kind of surprised, honestly, with the Forethought group. I know that they were ultimately, we were using them for their Medicare supplements because of, you know, the inexpensiveness that they're offering out there. But they also have some annuity products. They've only really got 4 programs in our state that we can use. And those are going to be the Index Bonus 115, the Income 125, and then those secure programs. Anything that says secure in front of it, guys, is just a fixed annuity, 100% straight fixed annuity. I'm not a huge fan of fixed annuities specifically because we're kind of tying our clients' hands, specifically with the interest rate environment being as soft as it is right now. I don't see that benefiting anybody to write a pure fixed annuity product. So I don't really want to talk about the first, third, or fourth rates that are on this sheet here, but the index bonus 115, excuse me, and the income 125. That is Forethought's variation of an index annuity product. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Does everybody see what I'm looking at on these sheets? Yeah. Second one and the fifth one? Okay. These are very, very, very simple index annuities, okay? You know, obviously the Aviva product's got several different bells and whistles. The Charter series through North American has got lots and lots of different things that we can look at. These Forethought programs are incredibly simplistic, okay? There's not a lot to them with regards to the interest crediting strategies and everything else, okay? Very, very simple. So we didn't even have to look at the little fact sheets that I gave you on, and we can just look right there. As far as their crediting strategies go, they've got a monthly point-to-point cap, they've got an annual point-to-point cap, and a fixed strategy. So we've got 3 strategies, only 2 are indexed, okay? Pretty simple. Everybody's familiar with the annual and the monthly point-to-point caps. Everybody knows what that means? Okay, so we don't need to go into that. Fixed is not doing much anywhere, okay? But these are pretty low. You're absolutely right. These are pretty low on the fixed side of the equation. And you're going to notice that their caps aren't very high either. One thing that they do that not all of these companies are doing, they've got 3 different rate bands. They've got a low band, a high band, and what they're calling an ultra band. So if you've got somebody that's got over $250,000 and they're going for this, then they're going to get that band furthest to the left. But all in all, I think it's pretty straightforward as far as their interest rates and so forth. I'm going to come down to the bottom sections there where it says annual guaranteed lifetime income and then the annual death benefit, okay? Specifically on the 115. So if you want to pull out your index bonus 115, you should have something that looks something like this. Just a little fact sheet, okay? Nothing serious. Just wanted to kind of hit the high points with you. So I'll come back to the lifetime income and the death benefit. We can walk through some of the product details. You got 0 to 85 as your issue age, so these guys are going a little bit higher than some of our other companies. A lot of companies are cutting us off at 80. Okay, so these guys are going up to 85. They do have an initial premium at 25 as minimum though, so 25,000. So this is not going to be for our clients with, you know, small little $10,000 IRAs out there. Okay, you're going to need somebody that's got a little bit more money. And honestly, I think the reason that is because these programs specifically, guys, these are really, really focused on the concept of income generation, the Forethought annuities. both the 115 and the 125 are specifically designed for the purpose of generating income. So outside of that, if we're looking for just pure cash value growth, I think that we've probably got other annuities that are going to do better than these two. But if you're looking for some reasonably well-priced programs as far as generating some guaranteed income, they've got some interesting features with their income riders, so we can kind of jump into that. But the index bonus 115, if you guys look at the top right-hand corner of the information page, it offers a 15% income bonus based on that initial premium. So you put in 100,000 bucks, you're going to go ahead and tack 15 grand onto that number. Okay, and as Lynn has found out in the field, this is not a premium bonus. They're not adding $15,000 to the cash value, they're adding 15% to a value that will later be used as income. So always think back to the income riders as we know them to function. You've got that income account value, and you've got that cash value. Well, this bonus is only applying to that income account value. Okay? It's not creating $15,000 cash that they can take as a withdrawal or whatever. It's just adding to that number that will be used to calculate the income later down the road. Okay?
Do they get anything on the other side of it?
No, there's no premium bonus in this product. Okay? This is purely an income bonus. It says it right there. It includes a 15% income bonus. That's exactly what it is. So please don't sell it as a premium bonus. Alright? It's going to grow, whatever that figure is, by 6% per year. That's what the rider's doing. Okay? That income rider's growing by 6% per year. So that's a nice guarantee. We've got some other companies that have similar growth strategies, right? Okay? 6% per year for the first 10 years or until the date that you activate the benefit if earlier. So if they decided that they wanted to get income after 2 years, and it would obviously grow by 6% for just the first 2 years. If you come down to the benefit factors, the little box down in the bottom right-hand corner, it's pretty easy to look and see what sort of income they're going to be able to generate based on the growth of those values, okay? That income account value, if you will. So your age brackets, they've got 4 different choices, which this is a little bit different than what you've seen from some of our other companies. So maybe run into a situation with a client that maybe some of these things fit. So that's why I thought it would be interesting for you guys to learn about this. Single life income, that's pretty cut and dry, straightforward. I have an annuity, I want income only based on my life, okay? So they're going to pay me, let's just look at the 59 to 70 bracket, okay, for all of these examples, because you guys obviously can just come down the page from there. But if you're somewhere between 59 and 70 years old when you start, get that income stream, they're going to pay you 5% of whatever that number has grown to, okay? So you got your $100,000 original investment, you got your 15% bonus, and maybe you'll let it accumulate for 3 or 4 years where you made your 6% over 3 or 4 years. Okay? Whatever that final figure is, let's call it 140,000 bucks. You're going to get 5% of that per year for the rest of your life. Okay? That's exactly how they're going to calculate the income that can be generated. So it's a pretty simple calculation. Some of the other options are kind of neat in my opinion. Single life with cost of living increase. That's kind of a new feature that you don't see in a lot of income rider options really. And they're going to pay out a 4% bonus on that. What that's doing, guys, it says, all right, so if we've got that $140,000 as an income figure, we're going to give you 4% of that per year, but each year we're going to bump your income up by 2% per year. Okay? So they're going to keep crediting, that income's going to grow each year, not by huge leaps and bounds, but by 2%. Okay? So each year it's going to get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. You're starting lower, assuming you live a long life, you're going to finish higher. Yeah. Okay? So it's basically trying to keep up with the cost of inflation is basically what that's designed to do. Okay?
So that little asterisk. The footnote is what it is. Yeah. Number one, it says like, that it's going to end once the contract value is depleted. So does that mean after all of the money that you have made, that 2% ends?
I need you to show me where you're talking about.
Right underneath that box, number 1 footnote.
Oh yeah, it's going to stop growing by 2% once you've zeroed the account out. But you're still going to receive whatever the income has grown to at that time.
Oh, okay.
You follow what I'm saying? So they're not going to keep giving you a cost of living adjustment on their dime. They're giving it to you on your dime.
Right.
But once that runs out, whatever you've made it up to, they're going to pay that to you for the rest of your days.
2% based on the amount in the income account or the amount they're getting paid?
Amount they're getting paid. Amount they're getting paid.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. Go ahead.
So if they pick the single life income level and died after 10 months of receiving income, their beneficiary is going to get all the rest of the money.
Correct.
The accumulation.
Yeah. And for all intents and purposes, you're going to see a lot of similarities with lots of different programs that we've looked at in the past, you know. But I figured out at the end of the day, you know, annuities are very similar across the board. It's just little bells and whistles that the companies tweak just a little bit to try to give them a competitive advantage, differentiate themselves from the competition.
Can you touch this in the first year?
Let's look closely because I honestly
10%
can't.
is what it says on the
Honestly
contract I
can't
read.
tell you.
Is that after the first year?
It goes down at 1% each year.
10% of the beginning of year contract value can be withdrawn each year without incurring withdrawal charges. So yeah, it looks like you can in the first year.
We can?
It looks like you can, because the ones that where you can't, they will say after 1 year, 10% withdrawals after 1 year. This does not say that. I think, well, most of the times you're going to find also too that companies are kind of touchy about you getting your money in that first year when they're giving you a bonus. Okay, and this is not giving you a bonus, so I don't think they care. Okay, you get your 10% starting very first year. All right. Then you've obviously got the other two variations on that income, where joint level life or joint life with cost of living adjustment. That's just basing it off of 2 lives as opposed to 1. And your numbers are going to be either 4% of the total value or 3% of the total value. So again, always looking at whatever it is, you know, if we're trying to generate as much income as possible, you're always going to get more income off of a single life than you would off of a joint payout.
You can't use those 2 options with an IRA, is that right? Or can you? Because I know some annuities in the past, you can extend the income rider once the initial applicant
They
dies.
may actually allow you to do that with an IRA, because an IRA's got the spousal exemption where the spouse can take over the IRA as their own, and that's really what's going to be happening under this situation anyway.
So do you have to write the annuity with both Mr. and spouse on the application, or do you just write it under Mr.? 'Cause on an IRA, you can only write one, right?
I'd have to get you an answer to that. I don't know. Let me see your pen real quick. Yeah, go ahead, Lynn.
Okay, now, you know, I was just reading, actually, so it also on the footnotes on the bottom on number 3, it says that this is actually only effective as of March 17th, 2010, and that it's only guaranteed for 13 months. So actually on the 14th month, the whole thing could change.
No.
Once you set up an account, that contract is what it is. Okay. These rates are quoted based on this, and they're only valid for 13 months from the date that they're talking about on these sheets. But if you write somebody a contract, they're not going to go in and change that contract.
Well, it just says the income benefit factor at contract issue are guaranteed to remain the same for at least 13 months, which tells me that it might change on the 14th.
Don't they all do that though, Dave? Like,
So they're really only guaranteeing you that nice little bonus.
Within
you
this-
know,
It says once an income option is selected, the income benefit factor is guaranteed for life.
Oh, it is. Okay. See,
So are they saying that you
I
can
can
ask
barely
every?
read the thing anyway.
I think all they're talking about is that their percentages as far as what they're willing to pay out prior to you actually choosing to receive that income may change. You don't see that happening a lot, but companies have to price that accordingly. It's all backed by bonds and bond rates, and the bond market goes to crap, and then they've got to do something to cover their backside. So, I mean, that's really all
it's
that
not
is.
unusual to see that thing.
The clients are going to, if something like that actually changes inherently based and built into that contract, they're going to notify the clients in writing to make them fully aware of what's going on. You don't see companies come in and change that an awful lot, though. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast.
And once they actually start using their income, it's locked in.
Yeah, once that income's there, once they
Then
get that
it's locked
payment,
in.
that's that. Okay, that is a guaranteed for life situation. So, but I will find out about your IRA question, Joe. All right, there you go.
Oh, it says, wait, it says current company declared rates. That means,
Right now.
like you said, it first thing you said.
All right, so we good? Moving on. So if we come back to the rate sheets that you got there, you're going to notice that if they're choosing that income rider option, it's costing 95 basis points. In my opinion, that's a little bit on the high side of the industry, but that's what they're offering. Okay, 95 basis points. Everybody see that on the rate sheet? Yeah, good. Okay. Marty, you're asking about the annual death benefit rider charge. That's 75 basis points. Guys, this program also does offer a death benefit rider if the client chooses to use that. Okay. The death benefit rider, I think it's on the second page. Yep, there it is on the right-hand column near the middle of the page. Basically, what they're doing is they're going to guarantee that death benefit to grow by 5% per year. Obviously, minus any withdrawals that they might take. And it's going to continue growing at 5% per year up to age 85, not to exceed 200% of the original contract premium. Okay? Everybody follow that?
Who else had one like that? Or was that what we're talking about?
North American's got a death benefit rider. Yep.
And it was the same thing, 5%.
Very similar.
200%.
Very, very similar. ING just picked up a death benefit rider. They have not issued it yet. They're not able to sell it
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I want to remember.
It's going to be coming out very shortly. Okay. So 5% growth per year, less any withdrawals, not to exceed age 85 or 200% of the contract value. Okay. So, it just gives us another alternative for a client that, let's say we can't ride them for life insurance. Maybe they've got cash value in a life insurance policy. How many times have you run into a life insurance program that's got almost as much cash value as it does death benefit? Well, the company's not doing anything to that person. You could move that money out of that life policy, throw it onto a death benefit rider or something like this, and continue to grow that value for that person's family. So, just some different options for you out there. Something that you need to be aware of that's going to be there. Like I said, I think the income rider maybe a little bit on the expensive side, but it's there. Okay? Do we have any questions about the 115? Like I said, this is pretty simple. These programs are pretty cut and dry.
So you're not going to go over that one secret you told us that will guarantee a sale this afternoon for those people that showed up late?
Yeah, we've already talked about that.
You're not going to put that on?
review
I
that again.
didn't think so.
Zero, right.
Okay, but you're also going to notice too, comparatively, guys, if you look at your information sheet again, some of the withdrawal charges, they're some of the lower that you're going to see across the board. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's pretty cut and dry too. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's easy to remember.
Reminds me of the old banker days.
yeah. Like I said, very straightforward. This company has not put a huge amount of effort into trying to build a massive annuity portfolio, but they have a few out there. I think they serve their purpose given the right situation for the client. So I wanted you guys to at least be aware of them. 125 is a little bit different, so let's look at that one. Same kind of concept as far as the actual growth in the account value. We've got, except we've dropped it down, we're now down to 2 strategies. We've got a monthly point-to-point and a fixed strategy, and that's it. Wow. Okay? So we're either going gangbusters or we're not doing anything. That's basically the concept behind the 125. Do you want me to stop?
Nope.
All right. I can talk about annuities all day.
I need like the last 15 minutes.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, 2 crediting strategies, monthly point-to-point, and the fixed account. Okay? Again, guys, these 2 annuities are not really designed to grow cash value. That's really not what they're there for. These annuities are designed really for generating income. And I've got, I think you're going to understand why here in just a second, but if we look at the top right-hand corner on the income 125 little fact sheet, on the last product we gave them a 15% bonus up front, right? This one's offering a 25% income
I
bonus.
saw that on a rate card and I couldn't figure that one out.
Yeah. Again, not a premium bonus, so don't tell your client on $100,000 they're going to get paid 25 grand. Not the way it happens.
25 will be in the income part.
Excuse me?
It'll be in the income column.
That's right. It's a 25% income bonus. So if you've got somebody that's looking to take income right now, or maybe a year from now, this is a great option, okay? 25% bonus you can't touch that. I mean, the best premium bonus product we've got out there is 10. So
So
even
if you invest 100 grand and then it's an immediate, go into an
Not great,
immediate, annuitized
Get
it,
a
right?
buck and a quarter.
It's really 125,000?
they're gonna base the income off of 125,000 bucks.
Yeah, it's your monthly cap.
Okay. I want you guys to look at, anytime you see the word income bonus or income account value, I want you to equate that to the term factor, okay? Because it's not dollars. It's a factoring method that they use to calculate what the payment's gonna be for that client. So we can try to differentiate that in between cash value and income value. We can just say income factor. It's gonna make life a little bit easier, the way we don't confuse it, okay? But a 25% bonus, okay? So if you've got somebody that's, let's go back to the income benefit factors, or you can flip to the second up. We can come back over to, they have the same income benefit factors as far as the payout's concerned with the other product, pretty sure.
Have you run these against SPIAs?
If I run them against SPIAs, I haven't spent a lot of time doing that.
It's gotta be pretty competitive, at least not
You know,
forfeiting your rights and getting
the-
the most
but-
income.
The big difference I think between this and like a SPIA is gonna be that in a SPIA, they're only gonna have available whatever was agreed upon if they did like a 10-year period certain, that family's only gonna get the balance of that 10 years, where this is gonna give them the balance of whatever the total investment was. So, as far as a death benefit going back to a family, I think this is still gonna be more advantageous than a
Yeah.
SPIA.
Oh, yeah,
Unless
definitely.
unless the income numbers
Plus
are
you have
just
access to the
vastly
lump
different.
sums.
Right, okay. Okay, yeah, so right there on the first page there, you got that 5% level income benefit annually. They do have the 4% with the 2% COLA, okay, cost of living adjustment. And then they got the same thing with the 4% and the 3% with the 2 if you're doing it jointly. Everybody see where I'm looking?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so, if you've got somebody, come back over to the 115 just so you can look at the age brackets though. Since they're offering that 5% payout, if somebody's in that 59 to 70 category and they're gonna want income soon, I'm gonna really question the suitability if you saw them the 115 when I know that the 125 is out there. Okay, you just cost them 10% for no reason, okay? 25% premium bonus, here's another big difference, guys. This product, the income rider does not cost a penny. Okay, there is no cost for this income rider. This is how this product has been designed, okay? So technically speaking, it's not a rider. It's just part of the product, but it's designed just like the rider, okay? So no cost, 25% bonus. The only difference that you're gonna see as opposed to what they've done with the rider, the income factor is gonna grow by 5% per year as opposed to 6% per year. Okay, so for the number of years that they've got it in deferral, it's only growing at the 5 as opposed to a 6% figure. So if you're looking at, like I said, in a short-term situation, somebody's going to need income in a year or two, somebody that's maybe really close to retirement, going to lose their primary source of income and needs to take some investment dollars to create an additional income stream. Like I said, within about 2 or 3 years, this product's going to kill everything we got. I mean, it really is.
And you can also, with a pen and a yellow piece of paper and a calculator, figure out what their income's gonna be 3 or 4 years down the road.
Sure.
Or the software? Do they have that?
I don't know if they've got software or not. Like I said, I'm just getting accustomed to familiarized with these programs as well. Have not spent a lot of time on these guys' websites, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't really think you're going to need it. Either that, or you can just call the company that right on the bottom of the rate sheet, 1-855-44 sales. I mean, I think that you can probably call them just like anybody else, real time, and have them run you a quick quote. Okay. I haven't spent enough time on that to tell you if there's software. I'm assuming that there would be. Most companies have them, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe they don't. I don't know. I mean, this is one of the easier ones to calculate. So, like I said, again, 0 to 85. Again, we're looking at issue ages, $25,000 minimum premium. Payout percentages are exactly the same. 25% bonus right off the rip.
How's that step-up benefit work? I've read it like 2-3 times, that paragraph at the bottom.
That's basically an annual step up. It gets 5% or what that monthly cap did.
I just didn't understand the last sentence where it says, or the income factor selected above multiplied by the contract value. Like,
The income factor being the 5% step up multiplied by a contract value multiplied by 1.05.
Okay. But if you're getting the greater of the two, if it's growing at 5% every year in the income value, but then your strategy did 6%, why are you multiplying that 5%? That's why I don't understand that paragraph.
I don't know, I think you're reading into that.
That might be. It's one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just that. Okay.
What are they trying to say? For me, it's like.
I think it's just like any step up.
I think you had an annual step up 5% or whatever the contract did, whichever happens to be greater.
Thanks, Mike.
Fair enough? So, you guys have any questions about this stuff? I mean, we're kind of taking them as we go, stumbling through it together.
Good stuff.
Again, like I said, not gonna use it in every house, but for the client that's got the immediate income need, these are pretty good products. By the way, the 125 also does have the death benefit rider option, so in my opinion, if you're going to have a client that wants to use one or the other of these products and want a death benefit rider, I would use the 125, because if you couple the death benefit and the income rider on the 115, you're gonna be charging them a lot of bucks every year, okay? You're talking over 1% in fees before you ever get started. Okay, so I'll go with the rider that costs no money until the
That's
death benefit
basically a
on there.
wash with the income being 1% lower in the guaranteed side too, right? 5 instead of 6. It's basically the same. You better phone.
Your income factor is going to get a little bit higher on the 6, obviously,
But they're going to charge you
And you get a free steak dinner.
95 basis points to have that, right? That's the whole point.
And a car wash.
Which one pays more commission? That's what we should
Santa
bracket, right?
Monica Boulevard.
they all pay the exact same.
On the website, when
Which
you
is,
log in, there is an income estimator on there.
Come on, guys. You just looked it up?
We're not talking America.
Show off.
So they do have an income
Yep,
income calculator on there?
for all the products.
Okay. So, like I said, figured they probably did. Most of them do.
Dave, step aside.
Yeah. That's because he was late. He had
Dave, I think
to
you
make
can
up for
handle
being
Medicare
late.
Advantage now.
I'll take over the MA training for you guys.
Wow.
All right, so moving on from fourth out, we can flip those pages over and we can move on to the next one. Anyway, I think the program that people are going to be most excited about with the Americo company, guys, is going to be the Future Provider Bonus program. Okay, that's as far as the applications that I've seen coming through the office in here. That's the one that seems to be the most popular. That's the one that people in here have been writing thus far. So we can take a quick look at it. There's the next 2 pages after your rate sheet are going to look like this. Quick little product fact sheet, so we can just run through that real quick. You guys should all have that. Obviously, it's an index annuity. Minimum issue age 0, max age 85. Again, so we have yet another product here that we can offer to that upper echelon of age group for our clients here. You know, again, a lot of our bonus annuity products cut off at age 80. These guys are going to 85. So I do like this still for our super seniors that have CD money and things like that. We can still use this product here. Super seniors, you can use that one. Okay.
For Indiana.
Let's not worry about Indiana. 10% contract per year. Okay. Same kind of stuff. Minimum, their minimum expectations are much lower. Qualified money $2,000, non-qualified $5,000. So again, this one's going to look nice for folks that just have small little CDs out there. We can still go pick up the $5,000, $10,000 CD. Not have to worry about not having enough money to get the contract issued. It doesn't really matter how old they are. I mean, if you guys are talking 86 and above, there's not a whole heck of a lot.
Don't go there.
Not a whole heck of a lot we can do for them anyway. Okay, so up to age 85, low minimum initial premiums. Guys, what they're offering here is a 4% bonus. Okay, you look at the very top. It says 4% bonus on all first year premiums. Okay, one thing that I noticed about this product that I was pretty impressed with, they have a minimum guaranteed 2% on this particular product, which happens to be some of the higher minimum guarantees in the industry. You've seen a lot of companies now at 1.5%, 1.25%, 1% minimum guaranteed values. These guys are at 2%. So if you've got that client that's really that doomsday thinker, really, you know, what's my worst case scenario, this is going to be a decent product to put in front of them. I got a minimum worst case scenario of 2%. They're guaranteeing that for the first 13 contract years. Okay, that's pretty solid. 2% over 13 years, that's the worst case scenario.
But that has to be held for the entire contract, and it's only credited at the very end, right?
Right, that's a guaranteed
I don't
minimum,
want to think, okay.
guaranteed minimum surrender value, but you're also gonna notice that their fixed rates, when you go back to your rate sheet, their worst one's at 2%, okay? So I think they're gonna keep that in line. I don't think they're really gonna jump that around a whole lot. They're kind of proud of that 2% minimum guarantee, okay? So death benefits, obviously the full accumulation value. Surrender charges are gonna be a little bit higher. Again, like I said, anytime you get a bonus, they're gonna charge you more to surrender the account, okay? So you're starting at 15, 14.2, so on and so forth. Guys, this program does not have an income rider, so if they're taking income off of this, it's gonna be interest-only withdrawals or some form of an annuitization. So you got on the second page there, you got your various income options. We don't need to walk through that. I think you guys all understand what those are, okay? But it's a nice program, 4% bonus for, 0 to 85, low minimum values, okay? 4% bonuses on that.
Can you take withdrawals in the first year?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You sold one like that. Okay, so yes, this is another program that we can get money within the first year, okay? That's a big deal too for a lot of our folks. And if we come down our crediting strategies, go back to our rate sheet. We've got a monthly averaging without a cap, so we're going back to a participation rate. That's one that we haven't seen a lot with most of the companies we've been working with lately. Everybody in the room familiar with what a participation rate is and how it works? No? Mike's not? Okay. Show of hands, who understands what a participation rate is?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Participation rate is basically saying, whatever the market does, we'll give you that. We'll give you this percentage of that, okay? So let's say the market, S&P, well, that's a great, S&P 500 has a growth of 10%, all right? We've got a participation rate.
Of 60.
Yeah, this one is 60%, okay? So if we're getting 60% of that 10, what do we make that year?
6%.
But don't they have a cap in addition to the participation rate?
You look at the rate sheet and you tell me, Marty.
Where is it? I didn't see it.
Future, I forgot you had bad eyes.
No, I got it, yeah. Don't ask me to look at anything.
Future provider bonus. It says monthly averaging S&P 500 without cap.
Yeah.
Okay? One thing you're also going to notice on that particular rate strategy, it also has a spread. Okay? Anybody know what a spread is?
The amount they take before they give you your.
That's what they're going to take off. That's what it has to clear before they make anything. All right? So in this particular case, if we have this exact situation, we'll put a 1% spread on it. They're actually going to make 5%.
Why don't they just give you a 55% participation to make it easier?
I didn't design it.
6, 7.
Because they want you to be confused, Bill.
So they don't
6
tell you
sounds
the cap
better.
because the cap really hasn't been set until whatever they decide the cap is gonna be?
No, there's no cap.
Well, no, on this one where it says point to point with cap.
You're just looking at the very first strategy right now. Very first one. I thought you couldn't see.
Well, I can see, but I'm really hard. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, so, yeah. And I just got this, which makes it worse that I'm a super senior.
All right, you're not a super senior yet. Okay.
Mediocre senior.
So that's our monthly averaging. Monthly averaging, guys. They take a measurement every single month, once a month on the anniversary date of the contract. They average them together, and then we take it from here. Okay. Fair enough. Point to point NASDAQ. 100 without cap, that's going to be an annual point-to-point, has a participation rate and a spread, okay? Guys following all this?
Just kind of just to be clear, if it, say the market went up 2%, you'd get 60%, which would be 1.2, and then they take 1, so you get 0.2 credited for that
Yeah.
year? Okay.
Solid.
Good year, so stay away from it.
So
Zero's your hero.
let's hope we don't get a 2% year. Okay. Then you got a point-to-point S&P 500 without cap. Again, a participation rate and a spread. The S&Ps looks nicer than the NASDAQs, so if I'm looking between the two, I'm going to go with the S&P. Below that, you have the point-to-point 500 with cap. There you go, Marty. So your participation rate's 100% for all intents and purposes. You don't need to say that there's a participation rate if it's 100%. But your cap is at 375 on the future provider, 350 on the future provider bonus, okay? Guys, the difference between the two, future provider just doesn't have the bonus, okay? Exact same product.
So that's,
It's not bad.
What?
That
there's
first
not
one's
a whole
awesome.
lot of,
Have you, but that's the environment that we're in right now.
I mean, annuities in general, aren't they just designed to beat the CDs, the bank?
Yeah,
They're
it's
really.
it's exactly what Nick Bond said when he was here. Index annuities are designed to beat the bank. Right? When bond rates are good, they have a lot of potential of beating the market. When bond rates are down, we're designed to beat the bank. Okay, gives our clients better opportunity than the banks and still be safe. That's really what this is about.
I mean, that's why we were seeing a few years ago 10% bonuses and all that kind of stuff, right?
That's right.
I got it right now, you do 10% later.
All right.
That first option is pretty solid though, just for what we've seen across the board, right?
Smart.
You get a 20% return in the market. I mean, that's where you're seeing,
What on your monthly averaging?
no, that top one right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get 12%, you net 11. We don't have a lot of strategies that can get that kind of
If
return.
the market does it, it's great.
As opposed to point, it's gonna get 3.5 and that's it.
So you evaluate it for what your client's looking to accomplish at the end of the day.
What, in your opinion, what's the big difference between the first and the second one? I mean, is the NASDAQ that much stronger or,
NASDAQ's made up of smaller companies, so there's going to be more fluctuation.
well, that's just a crazy difference. You have the participation rate and double the spread.
Obviously, the company's scared of the NASDAQ, but they're not so scared of the S&P 500.
Not so bad.
That easy option's nice.
And you got the easy option, okay? The easy option is going to be very similar to performance trigger that we knew from Lincoln. You guys familiar? Remember the performance trigger? No, Randy likes this option. Market goes up or stays flat, you get paid. That's what the easy option is. Okay.
It's only a quarter less than the other.
yeah. I still, and this one right here, I like the monthly averaging S&P 500 without cap.
That number one, that just looks
Rock
awesome.
and roll, man.
I'll be standing up in about 2 minutes.
Different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
And the cap of 375 over the year, that's.
That's without the bonus. You're looking at the right column, and you're doing the bonus.
Trying to find your charges here for our death. Actually, our death benefit options, I think, are built into these contracts also. You just have to choose one or the other. Yeah, there's no additional fee for their death benefit rider option. So you guys see that just down below it? Death benefit payout option. So they have a 25-year option or a 15-year option. Let's just look at that real quick.
Look, before you jump into that in a little 3 notation there, that participation rate is guaranteed for 10 years. Is that normal? Because none of the other ones are like that we offer. I mean, they change every single year.
I can't say that that's a common occurrence. I don't see that very often. But again, guys, companies are gonna throw their offers out there. They're gonna give your clients their opportunity to change their allocations once a year at the contract anniversary date. So if it looks good now, doesn't look good next year, get them out. Bottom line. So death benefit rider options in this, you have the 15 or the 25 year. You basically select the time period and the frequency of the payout. So death benefit option 1. If you choose death benefit payout option 1, proceeds are payable upon your death and will be paid over the course of 25 years to your designated beneficiary in equal periodic payments. Total of these payments at the end of 25 years will equal the death benefit multiplied by no less than 150%. In this particular case, right now, you're looking at 170% for your 25-year option. Okay, so that basically guarantees that your client's beneficiaries will get paid 170% of the value of that account over a 25-year period of time. Okay, so for your clients to say, I got these kids, I want to leave them the money, but they're going to blow it, it's built right into this contract. Okay, that's really what this is designed for. It's also great for IRAs. Okay, IRAs, you guys have heard maybe talk about the concept of a stretch IRA. Where the individual receives the payments of that IRA over the course of their entire lifetime as opposed to all at one time, and they get drilled by the IRS because of it, okay? This is building in the concept of a stretch IRA into their death benefit, okay? Because you can't get it as a lump sum. The death benefit is going to be sent out in payments. Okay?
the insurance company gets to use the money for all that time.
That's right, Marty, that's why they're gonna pay him an extra 70%.
It's not like
whatever the
25
account's
years,
worth.
Jesus Christ, a lot of these people, excuse me, JC.
Come on, Marty.
Oh, yeah.
Death benefit,
I don't know, I don't know what to say anymore about it. I could say gosh.
At least you're not being
All right,
videotaped
come
or
on,
anything.
let's get back
But
to it.
anyway, I'm just saying that, you know, I mean, it's 25 years, well, if the beneficiary, there's always a contingent beneficiary, so somebody always gets the money. It's not like the person dies and no one gets the money, right? But whoever's getting the money has to wait for 25 years?
They're gonna
It's
get
paid out
payments
across
over
25 years.
25 years, they don't wait 25 years.
Well, that's what I mean, over 25 years. They're
That's correct.
waiting to get the full value of
That's
something
correct.
over 25
That
years.
is absolutely correct.
Whoever it might be.
Correct. You're dead on it.
and for that, you're getting
A
75%.
lot of that's designed for if a person being a caregiver for someone that passes
It
away,
just
they want.
depends on the
money coming in.
circumstances, it's not great for.
Like I said,
It's awesome
all,
for kids, you
all-
know, give them 100
all of
grand, give
these
them
products-
$2,500 a year.
all of these products are designed with a specific story in mind. That's why we're gonna talk about 1, 2, 3 products each time we have a free Tuesday at 2, so that you guys know what's out there. You run across each individual's situation that's unique from the last person you talked to. Hey, that's actually gonna work really well with that America death benefit. Or, hey, that's gonna work really well with so-and-so's death benefit, or income
You mean we don't
rider,
have to sell it to everybody?
or whatever, okay?
One thing that it talks about there in those disclosures, when they talk about the 2 death benefit payout options, when they're talking about their beneficiaries, there's a paragraph there that says if the benefit period of the death benefit payout option exceeds the life expectancy of the beneficiary, then it goes from option 1 down to option 2. If they die before option 2, then it just, the rider doesn't apply. So if they're talking about leaving this to a spouse that's a similar age, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, where are you reading that?
The disclosure right there.
You have some point,
Huh?
you get close to time here, you get some point.
Yeah. Well, the last option, guys,
15 years.
just so that we go over it and then I'm done. The 15-year option, obviously, same thing, they're gonna pay out the benefits over the course of 15 years. Guaranteed never to be less than 130%. Right now, your current is 140% of the contract value, so. 3 new products, maybe you've looked at them, maybe you haven't, but now you know that they're out there. Any questions? My door's always open.
So Scott sold a couple of these already?
He ain't always there, but it's always open.
Scott wrote in America, I think Jim's written in America as well.
What was it about the Americas that you guys liked?
That they were over age 80 and they offered a bonus.
That first year penalty free withdrawal is a big one too. You know, right now our Aviva contract's only offering 5% penalty free. The charter series through North American is not offering any withdrawals in the first year, as is ING. They do not offer any first year withdrawals. So I mean, somebody that says, well, I'm gonna put this money in, but if I need to get to it, I need to get to it. There you go. Okay. Questions?
The surrender schedule is different. Up to 85 is a different schedule than 86 to 90. Is that what the?
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong page. Hold on.
It's on page 2 of 3 on the.
Yeah, I'm just getting to it.
The surrender schedule looks like it's different.
That's issue ages.
I think they make some exceptions on the issue ages of that, and I think they also tweak the bonuses a little bit based on those higher ages.
You have good handwriting?
Honestly, if you're getting up there at that far, then, you know.
You're being requested.
you call the company, sure. Make sure everything's good.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Dave.